I wouldn't be in this position if it wasn't for you. So this all started back in December. So my birthday was in a few days, I was turning 25, and I planned a pretty dope cruise to the Bahamas with some friends. My job was going well, I was getting close to my 1-year anniversary at the company, and a nice raise was coming my way.
Price of the brick going up.
My New York City anniversary was also around the corner. I was in full stride. I knew the subway like the back of my hand, I had all these cool spots to go to. And most importantly, the bodega knew my order without me saying a word. To say the least, I was feeling myself. I said, I'm a big boy now. Let me make some big moves, like, come on. First big move was my roommate situation. I decided to room with one of my closest friends from work. And this can be really lit, or it could go sideways real quick. The second big move was my apartment situation. We decided to move to a luxury apartment in downtown Brooklyn. The spot is nice, but it's almost double my older rent. The last and biggest move was adopting a cat. Even though I've never been a pet owner before, I've always wanted a cat and dog combo and decided to start off with a cat first because it better fit my lifestyle. Friend as a roommate, almost double rent, and adopting a cat. What could go wrong? But first, let's talk about what's right. There are 9 key areas in this building that are just so right. Location is lit. It's near mad place to get groceries, eat, shop, and great public transportation. The lobby is premium, and you know it the minute you step into the lobby. There's 260 accented in gold. Let's see what they did there. A floor-to-ceiling waterfall, and a doorman, which I love because my packages get stolen at my old spot. The lounge is a dope spot to wait for Ubers or chill late at night next to the fireplace. The game room is perfect for small kickbacks and functions. The basement is super functional with a bike room, laundry room, pet spa, and access to the parking structure. There's even a movie theater that comfortably fits 9. The rooftop has an excellent view of the city, a dog area, some grills and cookout area, a swing set for some kids, and some couches to lay out in the sun. The business area is elite for work from home. Waking up, rolling out of my bed to my desk a few feet away, honestly used to really mess with my psyche. Finally, my favorite area, the 2-story gym. From a self-propelled treadmill, assault bike, and Stairmaster, to a squat rack, Smith machine, and free weights, this gym has everything I need and more. More being the steam room and the sauna. If you're interested in moving into this apartment, they actually have some pre-summer deals right now, so check the description for details. Despite these great amenities, there were some hiccups. First was with the rent for the apartment. We signed a lease with 2 free months and were told by the broker that we could discount those months over the lease to have a net effective rent of $4,600 a month. The broker reassured us that this was very possible as she had recently done it in the past for other leases. However, we found out the day after signing, and I mean the day after signing, that this payment structure was no longer possible and only a deal offered during COVID. So now we'd have to pay the full amount of $5,400 a month. This is much higher than budgeted and now exactly twice my older rent. Damn! Another hiccup after signing was learning that my roommate was allergic to my cat. He has a dog and manages those allergies with allergy shots. However, with the cat and allergy season looming around the corner, it was not looking too sustainable. Last, and again, certainly not least, the cat. When I first got him, I took him back home to Michigan, and he was super affectionate and loved roaming around the house, garage, and especially the backyard. However, after bringing him to my small New York City apartment, his behavior changed, and he became quite aggressive and very restless. Connecting the dots, the previous owner really undersold how much and how long they let him roam outside, and really oversold how much they trained him, because he wasn't really quite there. Despite the hiccups and setbacks, all hope was not lost. We developed a few strategies to mitigate the allergies. First was using Purina Live Clear. This cat food reduced allergy production at the source. Second was using an air filter that captured all the allergens in the air. And third was limiting the cat to my room, making the rest of the apartment a cat-free zone to decrease possible exposure. For the cat, I realized the solution was to treat it like a dog. So first, I carved out at least an hour to be spread out during the day to play with him. Second, I bought more toys to spread around the apartment so he could play with that. And third, I bought a harness and took him on walks. Finally, in terms of rent in the apartment, I decided to make the best of things and really build a nice routine, use as many amenities as possible, and really kind of pimp out my room to really make the place feel like home. Let me show you. Let's look at the floor plan real quick. I have around 100 square feet of space to work with, west-facing windows, decent closet space, and a door in this corner. I decided to throw a green grass-like rug on the floor so my cat could play with it and I could have a soft area to use when doing my morning stretches. For storage purposes, I locked my bed up with a 14-inch bed frame. I arranged these cube organizers on this wall so my cat could climb up it and perch, and it would serve as a functional centerpiece for the place. I believe shoes make or break an outfit, so I like to display them at eye level and use them as a starting point when thinking about what I'll wear. I tucked a small desk next to my bed. The walls are decorated with fake vegetation to match the grass-like rug and inspiration from posters and my degrees to keep my mind right. I added a foldable chair as a comfy place to sit. Finally, I create a foyer-like area with a cabinet and mirror from IKEA. Coming in, I can drop my shoes and keys off, and going out, I can check out how I look. However, despite the harmonious row, the cat problems not only persisted, but also worsened. I got a cat instead of a dog because it better fit my lifestyle. However, with this cat acting more like a dog, it obviously created a problem. Once work picked up, I had a hard time meeting his requirements of playtime. He soon became tired of his toys and no longer fell for the tricks and treats I would use to put his harness on and safely walk him around. He was honestly pretty miserable. Every time I left the room, he would constantly meow and reach his paw under to pull open the door. The allergy strategies helped, but weren't a perfect solution for my roommate, and actually only made things worse for my cat. I just didn't know what to do. I was stuck in the middle and honestly felt so defeated at this time. I'd go out and do stuff, but there's this constant cloud just looming over my head. And I also felt really, really dumb because despite the intro, I knew all of this was my doing and my fault. After talking with a few people, I was reminded I'm a big boy. I gotta put my big boy pants on and just try to figure things out. So after some honest, hard conversation with my roommate, we decided to break the lease and part ways. With his really, really good negotiating skills and a very understanding landlord, we're able to break the lease, get our security deposit back, and only have to stay for 3 months. That would help in the long term, but I still needed a short-term solution for my roommate and cat's needs. Fortunately enough, I had a friend come to visit me. He really bonded with the cat, and the next day wanted to take the cat home. He rents a 2-story house outside of the city, has a bunch of space, and 2 friendly dogs for the cat to explore and play with. So I said, hey, let's try this thing out for a day or two. So the cat's behavior improved almost immediately. After 3 days, he was already sitting on my friend's lap while he worked. This is something the cat used to do, but hasn't done since we moved to the small New York apartment. The cat was happy, I was happy. This was all a little bittersweet, Devil on my shoulder was like, hey, where's the loyalty? 3 days?
10 days! We stopped talking for 10 days! You're a
But, Angel on my shoulder was like, hey, this free and enriching environment was exactly what the cat needed. My roommate's allergies also started to clear up too, so it was a win-win-win for everybody. Failure is a natural part of life. We're bound to experience setbacks and things that don't go according to plan. However, how we react to those failures directly affects our quality of life and our futures. It's hard to accept our failures and acknowledge that we and the world are not perfect and have much room for improvement. It's easy to feel defeated and give up. However, failures are just opportunities to reflect on what didn't go as planned and what we can do differently the next time. This reflection process is just learning, and the process of learning ultimately produces success, aka achieving what you set out to do. So you need to accept and acknowledge your failures, learn and grow from them, and have the courage and resilience to try things differently next time. I've said a lot, but if I could leave you with one thing and one thing only, it would be accept failure, but do not accept defeat.